Previously on the diary.
I finally found Mr. Morgan on YouTube. He recorded a song written, composed, and performed by himself. The vengeance dish that Bobby served Rocco yesterday was absolute zero cold. I have to admit that while one part of me is enjoying this gift of the slow and painful attack and absolutely proud of Bobby, the other part feels unsatisfied because I didn't get to do it myself. They were finally having Mr. Morgan's funeral. Of course I had to be there. The arts teacher was at the funeral. I was this close to tapping her on the shoulder to offer her my condolences when suddenly police officers handcuffed me in front of everyone. "You are under arrest for the murder of Mr. Lionel Morgan." We crashed head-on, full speed, on Jessica's side. The car was stalled on the side of the road. I was outside the car lying on the grass by a tree. Jessica was still inside the vehicle. Her door was stuck and I couldn't bust it open, but when it finally popped open, I heard the other car's engine start. They started driving away. I wanted to run after them to get a better view of their license plates, but I couldn't leave Jessica. After the scene I caused at the ER, I was arrested. Since the only life I put in danger during my demands was my own, they couldn't really charge me with anything other than suicidal problems. I agreed to a week of observation at the hospital. Suicidal watch, they called it. That's not a problem for me. Dear Jessica, you are alive, but you're not conscious. I don't know if you can hear me, but I will read this out loud for you in case you can. I need you to fight. I just heard the doctor say that if you don't get better in the next 12 hours, they will have to amputate your legs above the knee. And so I remembered Bobby Wolf from House Hitler and his Foot Clan. I asked him to persuade certain doctors that I found on the internet to be the most recognized in their fields to look at Jessica's case. 3 doctors from other hospitals came to look at her case before those crucial 12 hours passed. Collectively, the efforts of everyone saved her legs.
The following takes place on June 20th, 2015.
Dear Diary, Jessica has not come out of her slumber, but she will be okay. I've spent many hours by her side, telling her stories about things that happened before we ever met, the things I did in the psych ward, etc. I made myself laugh, I made myself cry. I really hope it's true that she can hear me. It'd be a shame to find out all those moments I really spent alone. We also shared countless hours of just silence and staring. She's so pretty. And she'll need many, many weeks of physical therapy when she wakes up, so I've tried to help her flex her joints, massaged her muscles, did her nails. No sponge baths, Diary, the nurses do that. But in general, since I was at the hospital on suicidal watch all week, I had a lot of time to think. And I thought about the person who crashed into us, how they just drove away. Coward. I thought about how much I hate this person for doing this to Jessica. I thought about forgiveness, and I thought about revenge. I thought about how I felt after Bobby whacked Rocco. It certainly made me feel better, but it didn't make me feel any resolve. So I thought about revenge some more. What would I do to the person who did this to Jessica if I were to find them? Slow death? Painful death? Unexpected death? Wow, the only options I can think of all involve murder. Interesting. Out of all the ways I've fantasized about doing it, the venomous zombie snakes is my favorite by far. Imagine if that person were to eat the zombie snakes, then they would come back to life inside their stomach and they would forcefully bite and poison and eat them up from the inside out. And there's nothing they can do to stop it. Anyway, then I thought about Rocco some more, and I thought about my sister and their video, that scene with a centipede outside my house. It was pretty disturbing all on its own, but the old phone style made it even creepier. But then I thought, how did they manage to edit the video like that? It was very well done. I doubt they actually used an old camera, or that they have the software to edit that. My first guess was that they could have used Mr. Morgan's computer, and because yesterday was my last day trapped at the hospital, that's where I went first. The place is just gathering dust. It wasn't hard to get past the police line tape. They must be done investigating here by now. I doubt they mind me breaking in. I looked through his computer. No editing software there. Tons of unfinished music files, though. Some terrible, some pretty good. He should have made better rhymes, I think. I might save some of these songs for later. My second guess was that they probably used a school's computer. This one was a bit trickier because Rocco was an escaped convict, so how could they have pulled it off? And as I was walking back to the hospital to check up on Jessica, a cop caught up to me, tackled me, and placed me under arrest. Idiot! He thought he had captured my sister. Great detective work, officer. Let me get you a promotion for arresting the wrong twin. And then I thought, holy nematodes diary, of course! My sister probably went to school impersonating me and edited the video there. If I can somehow get that computer request log, I can prove it if I see my name on it. How can I get that log? Security at the school is now better than Alcatraz. Maybe the arts teacher can get it for me. It's her department after all. I'll pay her a visit tomorrow morning to see how she's doing since I didn't really have time to talk to her at the funeral. Love, C.